I've been thinking a lot lately about the idea of churches. Um, and their comparable manifestations in other religions, really. I was, I was driving home and, basically on every couple street corners there's some sort of church. Some, where I live is mostly Christian, but, so you pass by, there's a United Church, and there's a Lutheran church, and there's a Baptist church, and then there's a Roman Catholic church, and then there's a Ukrainian Orthodox church. And there's well over 100 denominations of Christianity, and it all goes. I was kind of thinking, why isn't there a group of people who just want to get together and share the experience of love with one another without an attachment, without such a defensiveness towards an idea of fantastical claims? Why do these ancient scriptures, and why do they all have to be ancient scriptures? Why can there not be any of these great prophets or these great miracles happen now? They all have to be in the past. They all have to be worshipped of a time that none of us ever experienced. And quite often in these religious texts, it's all about, they've all been written so far after when they supposedly occurred in the first place. And we as humans seem to have such a need for this attachment to these fantastical stories, as if that proves the worthiness of our religion, of the one that I believe in, whether it be a denomination of a larger monotheistic religion, or really anything that substitutes for love. And so often in these texts, so much of the story really isn't all about love. It's vengeance and rules and dogma, and a lot of stories portray our God as not being unconditionally loving. The amount of rules, the further you get into a religion, the more rules it has, and there's nothing more incongruent with the idea of God giving us free will. It just seems all so confusing to me when I introspect about it. And so many of these people who are so devout in their religion and the dogma associated with it, they are reasonable people, but I would have to assume that most reasonable people would acknowledge the statement that outrageous claims require outrageous proofs. And I just don't see the outrageous proofs. And that's when somebody says to me, well, then that you have to have faith. Faith in what? The basis of these rules? Of this scripture? As supported by fantastical claims? That's where I'm supposed to have faith? And I see the need for faith. But I think it's being misplaced. I'm surprised that I'm not yet aware, as somebody who has been searching, as somebody as I am, I'm not aware of a group that gets together to share community, to share love, to hold space for one another, to go inward as part of a group activity, to help one another. All these benefits of getting together with your congregation. But without needing the stories, without needing some ancient scripture to supposedly tie it all in together, to me it only makes it a weaker link. A weaker bond. Why are we so susceptible to outrageous claims? Why isn't just this, the here and the now, enough? Why isn't this beautiful enough? Why isn't what's in me not loving enough? Why can I not share my testimony of beauty and of faith without using scripture, without relating it somehow to some thing that's outside of me that happened when I wasn't here? I'm here. I'm beautiful. I'm loving. Are we afraid of our own power? If you resonate with what I'm saying here, I would love for you to contact me. Maybe we can get a group together of just people who resonate with this, that this is enough. This is beautiful enough. There is enough love here to create a religion on its own. And I'm not saying I want to create a religion. I like some of the aspects of coming together on a spiritual pursuit, or just to know that now is enough, to acknowledge the perfection in this moment, in this time. We're not always at the precipice of the end of times. The world's going to end in 2012. The world was going to end last year. The world was going to end on Y2K. All these doomsday prophecies. It's so unnecessary. What are we gaining by believing in such things? It only serves to limit our perspective. It only serves to resist this moment as if this moment isn't all there is. Is that sad? I don't think so. It's not sad to think this is all there is. There's a lot here. And if we're in the mindset of this is not all there is, isn't that a mindset of lack? There's got to be something more. Why? This is beautiful enough for me. And if you think so, let me know.